Smile for me, shine your light on me, and in your eyes, stars arise. Turn your sun my way, night and day. You're the one whose name.
Kurashiki is located in Okayama Prefecture, not far from the prefectural capital, Okayama City. It has a preserved canal area that dates back to the Edo period, when the city served as an important rice distribution center. In fact, the name Kurashiki can be roughly translated as town of storehouses in reference to the rice storehouses. About a 10-minute walk from the station, the Beacon Historical Quarter offers a quaint landscape with white-walled warehouses, sea cucumber walls, and rows of willow trees. The townscape, created by traditional buildings and the retro-modern scenery along the Kurashiki River, continues to fascinate people from all over the world. It is lined with stylish shops selling local brands such as canvas and denim, as well as cafes and renovated townhouses, and is crowded with tourists year-round. During the Edo period, Kurashiki was an important regional trade hub for Japan's most important commodity, rice. Large quantities of rice from the surrounding area were brought here and stored in storehouses, before being shipped to Osaka and Edo. Because of the city's importance in the rice trade, it was put under direct control of the shogunate, and the city was even named after its many storehouses, called Kura. Canals were built to allow boats and barges to navigate between the city's storehouses and the nearby port. A central section of the city's former canal system has been preserved. The weeping willow trees that line the canal and the stone bridges that cross over the water make for a picturesque scene. Many of Kurashiki's former storehouses have been converted into museums, boutiques, and cafes. The O'Hara Museum is the most impressive of the museums, exhibiting a large collection of works by famous Western artists. The O'Hara Museum of Art was Japan's first museum of Western art. It is a private museum, consisting of 3 adjacent buildings next to the canal and a separate building located in Ivy Square. The main gallery building was constructed when the museum was founded, and features most of the museum's highlights. On display are masterpieces of Western art that spans a wide variety of periods and nationalities. The Kojima Torajiro Memorial Hall is a 1-minute walk from the main museum. The gallery, located inside a former bank building, is devoted to Kojima Torajiro, a Japanese artist who painted in the Western style. Kojima purchased much of the art on display on behalf of O'Hara Magosaburo, the owner of the Kurabo Textile Company and founder of the O'Hara Museum. In fact, the O'Hara Museum was built by O'Hara in 1930 to commemorate Kojima, who had died the year before. The Ohashi family was foremost among the merchant class of Kurashiki, and this is the residence they built for themselves in 1796. The house is typical of the machiya, or townhouse, of Kurashiki's wealthy merchants. There are tatami-floored rooms with elegant sliding doors and hanging scrolls for entertaining guests, as well as private quarters, storage rooms, and a kitchen. In one striking difference with other machiya, the Ohashi residence was not built directly on the road but has a front gate and an open area, which was an architectural style exclusive to samurai residences. During the Edo period, a strict caste system separated the social classes, with the samurai at the top and the merchants at the bottom. That the Ohashi family was able to use architectural designs usually reserved for samurai was indicative of their local importance. The roots of Japanese denim go as deep as the 16th century. The daimyo of Okayama Prefecture started large land reclamation projects, one of which resulted in the formation of Kojima. Since it was not possible to cultivate rice in salty water, residents began cultivating cotton, which is salt-resistant. From then on, the area gained a strong reputation for its production of traditional ribbons, socks, and cloth used for traditional kimono and hakama, traditional samurai pants. In the late 19th century, with the arrival of foreigners, the Okayama textile industry boomed with the increased demand for Western-style clothing. At the same time, Japanese universities began requiring uniforms, followed by the entire school system. Then after World War II, American soldiers brought denim with them, leading to the birth of Big John jeans in 1965. During this period, Kojima was an animated city, packed with merchants and shoppers. Jeans makers took the initiative to create Jeans Street, a human project that gave life back to a deserted street, providing hundreds of people with jobs. Tomonoura is a port town at the southern end of Fukuyama City, Hiroshima Prefecture. Situated at a bay facing the Seto Inland Sea, the picturesque port town features an endearing old-fashioned fishing townscape, with a calm and laid-back atmosphere. Tomonoura is part of the Setonaikai National Park. The town prospered in the days of sailing vessels, when merchant ships traveling along the Seto Inland Sea would dock at its port while waiting for a favorable tide. The town center flourished with the bustling sea activity, leading to thriving industries such as the production of homaishu, a medicinal liquor of sake and 16 types of herbs, said to promote longevity. In recent years, Tomonoura has been used as a filming location for several international and local movies, such as The Wolverine, starring Hugh Jackman, and Ponyo on the Cliff, by the popular Studio Ghibli.
Hay un ritmo diferente de noche en la ciudad. Es un mundo lleno de misterio y fantasía. Una ola de placer que te arrastra sin querer. Es un mar de cuerpos que se mueren de sed. Hasta que arde la noche, disfrutaremos sin mirar el reloj.
Kaiganzen Senjiu in Fukuzenji is a small Buddhist temple that sits right next to Tomo Port overlooking the Bay of Tomonoura. Seemingly unremarkable on the outside, entering the main hallway called Taikura, and you will be greeted with a postcard-worthy view, a small pagoda spire on the hilltop of Bentenjima Island surrounded by the calm blue waters of the Seto Inland Sea. The scenic beauty of Taikura made it an especially popular place to receive distinguished guests. One such famous guest was Lee Bang-eun, a Korean envoy from 1711, who proclaimed this view the most beautiful scenery in East Asia. Indeed, these words live on today, in a plaque proudly hung right over the window. In 1748, another Korean envoy left his calligraphy rendering of the characters for Taikura in the same hallway. Hirohamaru was a 19th-century steam sailing ship that sank offshore to the south of Tomonoura in 1867, shortly before the end of the Edo period. It was an epoch-making time in Japan's history. Ryoma Sakamoto, a samurai, master swordsman, and excellent politician, busily engaged himself in overthrowing the shogunate government. He was also a clever businessman who organized Japan's first trading company, Kaientai. In 1867, he rented the Hirohamaru, and loaded the ship with hundreds of guns, sugar and other items, and left the port of Nagasaki, bound for Osaka. As they were sailing through the Seto Inland Sea at midnight, the officer on watch noticed a big ship heading directly for them out of the fog. He steered frantically to avoid a collision, but to no avail. The large ship, belonging to the shogunate's Tokugawa clan, had targeted Ryoma because of his scheme to overthrow the government. Although the Hirohamaru sank, Ryoma survived and successfully demanded compensation from the government for damages. In 1979, volunteers from Tomonoura discovered the wreckage of the Hirohamaru and salvaged artifacts and parts of the ship. Today, these are on exhibit here at the Iroha Exhibition Hall, along with illustrations and information about Ryoma Sakamoto. Fukuyama Castle is on a low hill across from Fukuyama Station. It was originally constructed in 1622 under the command of the cousin of Tokugawa Ieyasu, but its current main keep is a ferro-concrete, post-war reconstruction. The castle was one of the last to be completed in the early Edo period and was used as a base to protect western Japan. Most of its buildings were demolished after the end of the feudal era, but the main keep was preserved and dedicated a national treasure before it was destroyed in the air raids of World War II. The current main keep dates to 1966. The inside of the main keep houses a modern museum about the history of the castle and city. Visitors can also participate in some hands-on activities, including a horse riding and a matchlock shooting simulator at no additional cost. Like in many other castles across Japan, visitors can also enjoy panoramic views from the top floor. At the northern base of the main keep lies the Fukuju Kaikan, a traditional Japanese-style building, surrounded by an attractive landscape garden. The garden can be entered freely during opening hours, and allows for attractive views in combination with the castle keep towering above.